The word wellness usually evokes images of people working out at the gym or eating healthy food. But health and wellness is so much more than that. It's not just about being in shape or eating right. It's a combination of many interlinked aspects of our lives. Today, we talk about the different dimensions of health and wellness and how you can personalize your approach to living life in a way that allows you to become the best person you can be. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. Welcome to MedTalk Health Talk. Joining us on the program are celebrity fitness and wellness trainers, Coach Tony and Jim Sarret. And we also have Ms. Valerie De Los Santos, who's a certified yoga instructor from Bliss Yoga, Manila. It's good to have you both on the show. Now, let's discuss about health and wellness and its many different dimensions. Because as all three of you know very well, wellness isn't just about physical health. You can't talk about being healthy and well without talking about your mental, interpersonal, or emotional health, among others. Coach Tony and Jim, what's your take on this? What is your definition of wellness and being quote-unquote healthier?
So wellness is the totality of everything, of being healthy. It includes your physical, your fitness. It includes your mental health. It includes your psychological, your spiritual, emotional. It's a totality of everything. And that's basically what wellness is all about. So it's not just about being fit. You actually have to be physically fit, mentally fit, and emotionally fit, spiritually fit. So it's everything in entirety.
Yeah, siguro, Doc, I would echo that. It's a really holistic approach towards health, wellness, and fitness. I guess that's the totality. It's the whole package. It's very holistic, always.
That's right. Now, in order to make this discussion to the maximum for our viewers, let's break down each component of wellness, starting off with physical wellness. Now, Valerie, for you, what does it mean to be physically healthy as it relates to wellness?
Like what they just said, it's a mix of everything. So it's not just physical, it's mental, spiritual, everything around you. So for me, as long as you keep moving every day and do something to keep fit every day, that's being physically fit for me. It doesn't have to be an hour-long workout. It can be even just 10 minutes. You move and keep your blood flowing in your body. Para sa akin, yun yung being physically fit.
Now, as a follow-up question to that, what do you think, Valerie, are the best exercises, in your opinion, that you can do in order to achieve physical health?
Well, syempre biased ako. I'm gonna say yoga. Because yoga is not just physical. So, nandyan din yung mental because it allows you to really tune into how you're feeling in your body. So, whenever you do yoga, there are so many benefits. So it actually helps you detoxify your body. It actually helps you become stronger. It even helps cure diabetes or even obesity. So nakakatulong siya in so many aspects. Apart from, syempre, pag pinawisan ka, it allows you to detoxify your body. But at the same time, habang nag-yoga ka, it allows you some time for yourself. Parang pinapakinggan mo yung katawan mo, what your body needs.
Now, Coach Tony and Jim, does more sweat automatically mean that you're getting a better workout? Should you go all out all the time for a workout to be very effective?
Okay, so that's a misconception. Sweating is just basically water coming out of the body. I mean, you can sweat even without working out if you're in a hot environment. So sweating is just water coming out. If your core temperature goes up, if you heat up from the inside, you will sweat no matter what, even if you're in an air-conditioned place. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're working out harder. It just means you're just heating up inside more so that the body has to release the water.
There's thermogenesis that's happening, Doc, diba? You're burning fat, you're burning energy, you're burning calories. And that happens when you move. It's induced by movement.
Okay, and they also say that a healthy body goes hand in hand with a healthy mind, and that keeping your mind healthy is easier when your body is fit. Valerie, how true is this? What's your opinion on this?
It's not just being fit physically. So, syempre, physically fit ka, pero hindi ka naman present or aware with what's going on in your mind or in your life in general. So, for me, it goes hand in hand. I think for me, dapat lahat yon kino-consider to be fit and healthy and well.
That's right, and that question falls into the second dimension, which is the emotional health. Now, Valerie, how can we improve, or how can what advice can you give our viewers in order for them to improve their emotional health?
For me, what really helps is don't forget to breathe properly. So a lot of us sometimes, like especially now with what's happening in the world now with the pandemic, being in our houses almost all of the time, it's always good to pause. Always good to pause, breathe, and it helps us. It allows us to purify our internal organs as well. So breathing deeply helps a lot.
Now, Coach Tony and Jim, tama ba when we are emotionally well? Does this equate to being happy and contented most of the time? Pag less ang dami ng iniisip natin, we're more at peace with our mind, that is when contentment and happiness follow suit.
Yes, so this is a very interesting topic. When it comes to emotion, because emotion is very hard to measure physically, right? Because with scientists, everything has to be measurable. Emotion is different, but there are certain things that we're saying. The body is basically, we respond to chemicals. Everything is chemicals. Like when we exercise, endorphins are released, which is chemicals, right? So basically endorphins are released, which triggers the happy hormones, which can change the emotional well-being. We are affected by movement. We're also affected by positive and negative energy, which we perceive from the outside.
Ako, Doc, you have to avoid down-regulating ourselves or exposing ourselves with negative stresses and negative emotions like fear of the unknown, not knowing what's going to happen. Ayaw mong i-trigger yon. Ang gusto mong i-trigger yun or i-upregulate sa elevated emotions like love, knowing that everything will be well. So parang yung parasympathetic system natin na growth, repair, health, rest, and recovery is triggered. So pag yun na isaayos natin at puro upgraded or elevated emotions ang nararamdaman natin, I think, Doc, it bolsters up our immune system. It saves us from being susceptible to the virus, to the pathogens outside, especially during this time of pandemic. So, lalo nating nabubus ang ating immune system pag ganun.
We're taking a short break, but when we come back, we'll talk about the other dimensions of wellness and how else we can live better lives. You're watching MedTalk Health Talk, your partner in healthcare. This is MedTalk Health Talk. Welcome back to the show. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. From the time we were born up until now, our relationships with other people helped us navigate through this world. And having good support systems keep us physically and mentally healthy. Coach Tony and Jim, you are very used to being in large groups of people. You teach them how to achieve the same goal of having that physical wellness. Is this something that is needed by those who want to become not just physically healthy but mentally healthy as well? That support system, that someone who has their back kind of attitude.
Yes, this is very true. Actually, there's this saying, you are the sum of the 5 closest people around you.
Correct.
You're the sum total. If you have 5, look at your 5 closest friends. If they're all positive, there's a big chance you will also have a positive output. But if most of your friends are more mostly negative, there's a big chance your mood is also going to be negative. So it does affect you a lot. So make sure that you're surrounded by people who are positive so that it's going to be able to rub off on you. Because at the end of the day, everything is energy. And positive energy will be transferred to you, correct? But if it's negative energy, it's also going to be transferred to you as well.
It's basically the law of attraction law. It's invalid. It's trying to emanate positive vibration and energy and all the positivity. That being said, you always need kaakibat, antabay, katuwang sa pagpapalaganap ng gusto at wastong kalusugan. You always need a fitness buddy or a core group, which is why you were harping on picking the 5 people you surround yourself with on a daily basis.
What can we do in order to improve our social health? Paano yung mga medyo shy and timid na hindi masyado well-rounded when it comes to social gatherings? How can they improve?
Let's set a real example. We have people who are overweight, who are obese, who come to us asking for help, and they want to lose weight, right? But they can never do it at home. When we ask them who's at home, what do they look like? And normally when they go home, they're surrounded by their family who also eats a lot. So when you transfer somebody, you get somebody from that environment, transfer to something else. So a lot of people who go to the gym, go to a yoga studio, or go somewhere else, they're now surrounded by people who are doing the same thing. And if you notice, these are the people that become successful in their journey, whether it's weight loss, whether it's fitness, because the 5 people around them are also in the same thing. So the best thing to do, especially if you're feeling down, if you're having problems with something, or you can't handle the pandemic, get yourself out of that situation, that environment, transfer yourself to another environment where everything is more positive, or you are surrounded by the like-minded people who are also after the same goals.
This next question is for Valerie, and I'd like to talk about the next dimension of wellness, which is intellectual wellness. Now, this isn't just about purely scholastics or being good in math or science, but aside from that, it's trying to be even culturally in tune with what's around you, being open to new experiences. How important do you think, Valerie, is this dimension in the overall scheme of wellness?
Honestly, I think it's very important, especially now na ang daming stresses natin. They need something to stimulate their mind. A lot of people try to reassess their goals in life, or maybe some people na figure out nila, ay, parang I need to do something else, learn new skills, anything new to help stimulate your mind actually helps a lot. It's very important. It's not just body, not just the mind, not just emotionally. So everything.
I'll throw this question kay Coach Tony and Jim. Meron din pala tayong tinatawag na occupational wellness. And it's about striking a healthy balance between work and leisure. Coach Tony and Jim, what can you say about this?
Well, yeah, we've been very busy right now helping companies with their occupational wellness, because they do understand that sometimes people can just work straight 8 hours, 10 hours without doing anything healthy for themselves. So occupational wellness is very crucial. At the end of the day, if you look at it, a lot of people working so hard that their health starts to suffer and that they start failing their annual physical examinations. So introducing wellness in the workplace is very crucial.
Correct, Doc. We always want to simplify work-life balance, or else hindi pwedeng ma-discredit ang isa. Kasi nga, ang mental well-being mo, okay, pero ang physical manifestation niyan will actually make you suffer, because sitting nga, ika nga, is the new smoking. And your mind being active, but your physical embodiment is very sedentary, then you are going to be in trouble, and you're going to be susceptible to lifestyle diseases like hypertension, diabetes, pre-diabetes, heart problems, at marami pang iba, Doc. Samot-sari pa. Alam mo yan, Doc?
Improving our overall wellness can be quite challenging given the crisis we are facing now. So what can we do about this? We'll give you the answers to this when we come back. You're watching Mental Health Talk. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. This pandemic has been stressful for most people, myself included, and public health initiatives to keep the pandemic in check can make it harder for us to achieve overall wellness, especially with social distancing still being enforced and the pandemic still very much in our midst. Now, Coach Tony and Jim, can you share with us tips on how to cope with the continuing challenge of COVID-19 in order for us to maintain our overall wellness?
Well, yes, especially in this pandemic, fitness and overall wellness is very, very important. By exercising alone, you can actually change a lot of things. When we exercise, even for as short as 1 minute, we are actually going to be able to release endorphins, which will actually help really make us happy. You know, these are the happy hormones, which can actually change our mindset, and we're kind of getting stuck with our mental problems. Exercise. Instead of just wallowing in the problems, move. Movement is key. Movement will release chemicals in the body, which will change our mood and our behavior. So exercise is one of the key things. But the problem is a lot of people don't exercise. They're not able to go to the gym. They're scared to go to the gym, correct? So we are now encouraging people to do exercise at home, or simple exercise you can do. yoga is actually one of the best workouts you can do. But you also have to find one that actually suits you. You have to find what actually works for you, something that you will enjoy.
Mental health is now actually already an epidemic because it's opened Pandora's box. Parang everyone being stifled, all they think about is fear and fear of the unknown, and they harp on all the negativity. I think right now is the time to introspect, is the time to look inward. Lahat po tayo palaging sinasabi, sayang, wala akong oras, I want me time. I want my me time. I don't like to be in traffic. I don't want to drive or traverse traffic. Ngayon po, wala ng traffic. We work from our homes.
Before we cap off this show, I'd like to get some short advice from the both of you. I'll start first with Miss Valerie. Valerie, what can you give as advice to our viewers when it comes to, just overall wellness, health and wellness? What is the best advice you could give those people?
It's not focusing on the stress, actually. Just keep on moving, just keep on going through your day, just keep listening to your body, keep listening to what you need. Wag nating dibdibin ang nangyayari sa buong mundo kasi lahat tayo, we're going through it. So we're not alone in this, and para sa akin, just keep listening to your body and keep giving time for yourself and not focusing on the stress.
Thank you very much, Ms. Valerie, for those very encouraging tips. Now, let's go over to Coach Tony and Jim. What can you share with our audience?
Create a schedule. Without a schedule, our mind's just going to wonder what we're going to do next, what's going to happen. But if you create a schedule and keep yourself busy, that is actually the best things you can do. For example, make sure you wake up at 6 a.m., start with a 4-minute workout, start with a 4-minute prayer, do a quick yoga class. I mean, whatever it is, just set a schedule that way that your mind's not wandering and doing, kind of thinking of all the negative things. Then always try to sleep early as well. I mean, there's a tendency for most of us to Netflix the whole marathon. So,
guilty.
and we end up actually just ruining our bodies and our minds. So, sleep before 10, wake up at 6. Keep that pattern. Every time you ruin that, then that sets the tone for everything else to go wrong.
I think this time is a universal timeout for the whole world. It's a global thing. It's a global pandemic. We're all one. It's a great equalizer. Lahat tayo pantay-pantay. Walang mahirap, mayaman, bata, matanda, babae, lalaki. I mean, no matter how much money you have, you can't buy your life. It's a divine opportunity for us to find the stillness from within, to introspect, to find what's underneath, and to thrive on elevated emotions. We also want to it's a spiritual purging, but at the same time, ang daming limitless options and opportunities that we can learn from, di ba? So it's always a balance. And this time is to find yourself, to find all the possibilities that you can be. So it's more time to self and channeling all the positivity. That's it.
And with that, this was such an enlightening discussion, and I'm sure our audience learned a lot, as much as I did. Now, we'd like to thank our guests for today, celebrity trainers Coach Tony and Jim Sarret, as well as yoga instructor from Bliss Yoga, Miss Valerie de los Santos. In these unprecedented times, it is important that we take good care of ourselves. Not only does attending to the various dimensions of wellness help us remain grounded and healthy, it also serves as a powerful tool to help others in need. Remember, wellness is about good stewardship of your body, of your mind, your spirit, the environment, and the people you love. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. This is Med Talk Health Talk on CNN Philippines. Stay safe, everyone.